hello everyone, welcome to Noobcast. So today we are going to do a podcast with Harsh Kapadia, who is a self-taught programmer and an inspiring personality. So let's get started. So hello Harsh.
Hey Mitesh, nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
We are glad to have you on the Noobcast. So let's get straight into the video. So let me give you the first question. Define your transformation you have seen from your first year engineering to the fourth year engineering.
Sure. Hi. First of all, I'm Harsh Kapadia. I'm a fourth year engineering student at Third Engineering College. I'm a web developer. I really enjoy building things, and I'm the founder of a community called Our Tech Community. And I'm also a Github Campus Expert. Yeah, just enjoy building things and networking. And thank you for having me. How I changed from the first to fourth year of engineering. It's been a really good journey in my opinion, because I grew a lot, both technically as a person, when it comes to skills, not just technical skills, communication skills as well. So I think there was a big, huge overall development of me as a person. I learned to speak to people properly. I learned to teach people properly. I could finally build a few things. Not that I'm the best, obviously not, but I definitely improved so much more. Um, I have been able to organize events. I have been able to speak at things. I've grown so much personally. Just as a person, right? You develop proper interactions. You develop proper introspection, and you're able to think of the long term and those kinds of things. So yeah, I've grown a lot from the my first year. So yeah, really grateful for the journey.
So you got many skills from that. So let's get into the second question. So what? Why did you pursue the web development as a career? Can you please tell us?
Sure. I didn't choose web development. It basically just happened. Like most things have in my life. But so what happened was that I was just like, hey, what in my first year I was like, hey, what do people usually know the basics of, like HTML, CSS, right? You should at least know some basics of them. So I just decided to do a short crash course, and a 1 hour crash course from, I think, Traversy Media on YouTube, and I just did that. I enjoyed HTML, CSS. Then I looked up online that, hey, what do you do after HTML, CSS, right? Because I enjoyed it. So the JavaScript came up, and once I went to JavaScript, I couldn't stop, because I really enjoyed JavaScript in general. And after that, I went to Node.js and different databases. And I kept exploring, and I just started enjoying, just having fun with it. So I didn't choose web development; it just happened. I just started having fun, and I just kept doing it. Right. So I'm glad I found something like that, because I really enjoy building things on the web. So it just happened. I didn't choose it, and I'm glad it happened that way, because I can enjoy what I'm doing.
So you love what you do, right?
Yeah, exactly. I really thoroughly enjoy it.
So it was a great answer according to me. So let's get straight into the next question. How did you become a GitHub expert, campus expert, precisely?
Sure. So I don't really enjoy all of the communities out there, but GitHub Campus Expert, because it feels more like a PR scheme for the company rather than caring for the developers. So GitHub Campus Expert felt a little different to me, because they actually put in effort in you. It's also a very choosy program, so you don't just, if you apply, you don't just get in, right? You have to have you have to write proper answers. You have to have done a lot of stuff, and only then you get chosen. So I got rejected twice from the program, and I got in on the third try. So that was a nice feeling. And also once you're in, they don't just like, hey, we support you now and that kind of thing. They make you go through a training phase, right? They make you answer a lot of questions and write down a lot of your thoughts that maybe you already had, but you just not assimilated together, right? So you have it covers so many things, right from communities to organizing events to thinking about talks and how do you plan a talk, how do you plan things, what is inclusivity, why is it important, and various questions. So you discover a lot about yourself while writing those questions. Even if so, if you not thought about it previously, it helps you learn new things. And if you've thought about those things, it just helps you have everything at one place and just combine all those thoughts at one place. So that was a very nice experience for me, wherein I really thought that, hey, that was something that helped me. And once I submitted my training, the program manager actually reviewed it and said and gave me feedback on points. So like he appreciated some. He said maybe this point could have been better this way, or you can think more here, right? So it was actually reviewed by someone. So that also felt like, hey, they cared, right? And after that, basically, it's been more about them supporting us with either monetary things or swag and all that. And also, they one thing I like that they keep sessions for campus experts. So be it community management, be it some tool that they are working on, right? So basically, they keep these sessions for our benefit, and we learn from them. So that's why GitHub Campus Expert was something that I really appreciated, and getting into it was a little bit of a task. But yeah, you just need to answer questions properly and have good oratory skills, and have done stuff in the community. So yeah, that would be what I would say for GitHub Campus Expert.
Can you please tell us the procedure to become a GitHub Campus Expert? Means
So
what steps to be taken?
Yeah, sure. So there are about 2 or 3 cohorts per year. I think 2. And what you have to do, they always release a form. You can go on their site, githubcampus.expert, and you can basically fill out the form there. The form usually has 3 or 4 questions, wherein you have to they ask you about inclusivity, they ask you about what you've done in the community, or how it helps out, right? So they're quite extensive, and I would recommend you answering them very, very extensively and being true to yourself. So don't just write things to that would make the person reading it feel good. Write what you actually feel about it, because that's the difference between a first, second, and the third applications. So first 2 are just like generic stuff that I wanted to write for those questions, but the third time I actually put an effort, and I wrote about what I thought on those questions. So it is important that you write extensively and you write about what you actually feel about those things, right? After that, there is, if you get selected, that's the first stage. Then the second stage is basically a stage wherein you're again given questions, but you're supposed to submit a video on it. So just a 3-4 minute video on it. So yeah, that was pretty doable. That was not extremely difficult. So yeah, just submitted a drive link for that, I think. After that, you basically get in. So and you have the training phase. Obviously, after you complete the training phase, then you are finally a GitHub Campus Expert. That's the kind of thing. So yeah.
Okay, that is, man. It has many steps to become a GitHub Campus Expert. So it was fun answering that. I think so. So let's get to the next question. As you have given 16 plus talks, so what have you learned from speaking as such?
Learn from speaking, right? So yeah, I've mostly given talks on open source, Git and GitHub and that kind of stuff. So before speaking, I did not know how to like properly present a topic to someone, because when you're wanting to speak, you're supposed to plan, right? How do you want to present certain things? What order do you want to go? How can you explain a particular topic in a simpler manner? What if someone doesn't understand this explanation? Do you have a backup explanation for that same concept? So those kinds of things. So retrospectively thinking about these things, and sort of and on day while you're speaking, communicating with participants, that did you understand it? If you did not, what did you not understand? That kind of stuff. So just it improved my communication skills with people, right? I could better work with people, because when you're usually speaking, someone's approached you to give a talk at a certain place, right? So just talking to organizers, fixing a time, and or coordinating with them. So coordination skills, communication skills, then retrospective thinking, and then just planning your talk and actually delivering it in a proper way, trying to not get stuck while speaking. And I just got stuck while speaking. Trying to reduce the number of ums and ers you have, that kind of stuff, right? So pretty good experience. I learned quite a bit from that, and obviously it's not as if I've stopped giving talks. I still do, and I do enjoy that as well. So yeah, lots of fun. Learned a lot from speaking.
So you learned a lot from speaking, I thought so.
Yeah, definitely.
Get to the next question. So, as you
Uh,
are the organizers at OTC, what motivates you to do in it, and what it is about?
Sure. So OTC is our tech community. It's a community that I had started around 2 years ago, 2 years and a few months ago. So point is, I never planned on starting it, or there was never a plan to do any of this. Right? It just happened. Like as I said before, lots of things in my life have just happened. Right? So what happened was that we were a few friends, and I had just created a group. So initially we had a huge group with loads of people in it, and lots of random conversations happening, and technical conversations used to get hidden because of loads of chats and spam. So what I had done, I just created a separate group and with tech focused people, and we used to have conversations there. And slowly we kept inviting people who are interested in tech and that kind of stuff. That started just a random group, right? I didn't even have a name, I think, back then, just some random name, right? And then one fine day, someone said, "Hey, just name this properly. Let's have a proper name for this." And I thought for a minute, and the first thing that came to my mind was our tech community. So that just stuck. So it's like I thought about it for not more than 1 minute. So that is how OTC started. And then, so the USP of OTC is that we have every weekend. Every Saturday we meet up for a OTC catch up, right? It's like a tech session, informal tech session where we discuss different tech things. So that started just on its own, right? We were us friends were usually meeting around the week, someday here and there. We used to have these 2-3 hour sessions just to talk about certain things in tech or ask some doubts to each other, that kind of stuff. So one of my friends suggested, why don't you make this a regular thing? I was like, okay, sure, let's do this regularly. And that's how I said, okay, every Saturday night, let's sit and what should we call this particular session thing? So the first thing that came to my mind was catch up. And I was like, okay, OTC catch up, done. Right. So again, these things, and it's been what, 78 weeks that we've been going on consecutively. We've not taken a break in 78 weeks. So OTC catch up has been going on for that long, and it's been such a good experience. Nothing was planned. We are a community of 300 plus members at this point, and none of it was planned. It is just purely for fun. We still do it for fun, and yeah, OTC has been one of the best things that has happened to me, and I'm glad it just happened to me again because I can enjoy it. It's not something that we are actively looking at growing or anything. We're just trying to have fun and learn more from everyone. So that's the main goal of OTC, right? We rise by lifting others, right? So we are just having fun with it. There is, it's not for any other reason. Having fun talking about tech.
So, what is the frequency of means meet at OTC? Means
Sorry, what?
in a week. What is the frequency of a meet in a OTC?
So
Like
OTC catch up takes place every weekend, every Saturday night from 10:30 p.m. IST. Every Saturday night by default. Like there's whatever the exams or whatever comes up, we don't skip. So yeah, for 78 consecutive weeks we've been going on at this point. It's what's the date today? It's the 10th of May on Tuesday. So we've completed 78 sessions at this point. So yeah, join in for the 79th or the further sessions. So yeah, and I think Nitesh will post a link somewhere to OTC, so you'll be able to join catch-ups easily. So yeah.
yes, I will. So let's get on the next question. So
Sure.
this was personally means I am personally intended to this question. Means what are your opinions on internship and where you have intended?
So I've interned at two places. One was I'll take the latter half of the question first, by the way, because the first half I'll just take up later on. So yeah, I've interned at two places. One of them was GRT Logistics, which was a software testing job. Learned quite a lot of testing there. I still am very glad I did that because I now understand how to sort of properly like test a software to try to find edge cases. So that inculcated lots of things in me. So that was beneficial. Then the second one was at Nanonets. I built two Node.js SDKs for them for their OCR and image classification APIs. So that was a lot of learning with JavaScript because I had never created packages. So working with NPM modules with Node.js and all that kind of thing. I learned a lot over there. So again, very beneficial, very helpful thing. I also modified their docs. So I learned writing better documentation and what mistakes were there in the previous one and how I could improve over them. So learned a lot there as well. So yeah, both of these internships were really beneficial. The first internship was just a month long, and the second one was 3 months long. So yeah, loads of learnings there. So now, yeah, so answering the former half of the question, what are my thoughts on internship, right? So I think they are very important, but they should not be done forcefully, right? If you wish to do it, and I would strongly recommend you do them, at least 2 in your engineering career, engineering bachelor's. Yeah, as I just said, why did I take the latter half of the question first? Because I wanted to tell you that how my internships helped me, right? I learned so much from them. So many habits were inculcated in me. I also interacted with people over there, so I improved my communication skills. I could speak to them technically, right? I obviously interviewed for the internship as well, so I could sort of get some experience of an interview environment as well, right? Yeah, internships are extremely important for anyone's personal growth, right? You get communication skills, technical skills, team skills, right? You understand how an organization works, sort of. You understand how work culture environment is, what is the culture there, right? So all those taking all those experience out from that internship, you are able to use those experiences to enhance your own education and your own growth, right? So having that real world experience at an internship is so very important, right? So yeah, definitely please do internships. They're really important. At the same time, it's extremely important to note that you do not have to pay for internships. Or do it for free. You are supposed to get paid. Okay, you are supposed to get paid for interning because you are doing their work, right? So please do not pay for internships, right? That is not an internship. Do not do internship for free because you are not giving free labor, right? You have to get paid for internship because you are doing work for them, right? Now, if you're saying that, hey, I don't have skills and I'm being forced to do an internship, don't do the internship. Gain some skills, get a good internship, right? Build a network, try to find people. You can go on different platforms and try to find internships, but don't do internships for free. That is just not done, right? Yeah, gain some skills and then go for an internship that pays you, right? That would be what I would say.
Okay. So means know your worth, right?
Exactly.
You have to know your worth.
And if you're not sure of how much price you should ask for, or whatever job description is being given to you, is the price worth that? Please ask some experienced people, ask some friends, experienced friends, and see if that money is worth it, because sometimes people just fleece you, right? So yeah, do ask around before just committing to something. Okay.
Okay. So my next question is, were you a part of any college club or community?
Yeah, sure. So I was a part of two in my college. My college is CodeCell, TSEC CodeCell, and my college is GDSC, which is GDSC TSEC. So basically, again, college clubs are super good for you. Obviously, if they are less toxic, right? So try to find a club that is less toxic and less involved in politics and more involved towards doing actual events or tech things or those kinds of things, right? Stay away from petty politics in college. That is absolute worst. They lead to absolutely nothing, right? Just stay away from petty politics, please. So yeah, other than college communities help you obviously build leadership skills, build communication skills, help you manage things, help you work in a team, there are loads of benefits, right? You learn to handle people with different kinds of attitudes, right? Not everyone works the same way, so you learn to work with different kinds of people and those kinds of things. And obviously, you're building a network as well with people, because either you're doing marketing, publicity, or contacting speakers or whatever. You're building a network among people, right? So that's also beneficial for you. So yeah, overall, college communities that do not have toxicity, a lot of toxicity or a lot of politics are really beneficial for you, and I would encourage anyone to join those. And I would suggest joining technical communities if you're interested in tech. Yeah, that would be what I would say about college committees, right?
So I think it would help in guiding the FEs mostly to
Anyone,
choose
anyone.
the yes anyone according to me. So let's go to an very important question. Like, what are your views on kindness?
Oh, kindness is a very important quality for me, because I live by this quote called "Kindness always wins" by Selena Gomez. Because kindness is something that even if someone is it basically helps you be a better person, right? And being a better person is very important to me. And I think I am pretty kind. I have been kind to most people. And if anyone who's watching and I have not been kind to you, I've been very harsh. I'm sorry. Right. So I try to be kind. I try to be, because that I noticed that makes me a better person. That helps me interact better with people. Right. Sure, some people take advantage of that, but in the end, the quote is that kindness always wins, right? So in the end, you're always going to win. You're always going to have that peace, right? That you are the good person, so that helps you sleep better, right? So yeah, it is one of the most important qualities for me, and it has made me who I am today. Not that I'm the greatest person out there or anything like that. It just made me who I am, right? Whatever that I am, right? I'm nothing great. I'm not the best out there, but whatever that I've done, I've been that because of kindness. So yeah, extremely important to me, and I would recommend everyone to be kind, right? Because it also ties into the fact that you need to empathize with people, because you don't know what they are going through, and everybody is going through some kind of trouble at any point in time, right? So yeah, kindness always wins.
It was a great quote by Selena Gomez. So now my next question was, how did you manage time as you are a speaker also, an organizer, and an engineering student as well. So according to me, like it is very crucial to manage time at such a phase that you are an engineering student, a speaker, and organizer. So how did you manage it?
Honestly, you're not going to get a very great answer. It's basically I just try to have fun with it, right? I did not take it extremely seriously. Wherein obviously I did those things, but I didn't take it extremely seriously. Like plan it out to the T that hey, I want to do this today, this that day, this on this day. I didn't have extreme long term goals or anything like that. I was just having fun with these things. I was trying to enjoy and learn. Right, that was the main goal of whatever I did. I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to learn and learn from it. Right, that was the most important things to me. So managing time was not really something I really looked at. I was having fun with it, so I did what I had to, that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't have the best answer for you when it comes to managing time. I still struggle with it today. I'm not the best at it. I'm definitely not the best at it. But yeah, I somehow managed to do whatever I'm supposed to do, right? So yeah, I don't have the best answer for you. I'm not that optimized, right? But I just have fun with whatever I'm doing, right? I just try. So yeah, I don't have the best answer for you. Sorry.
So, but sort of it was the best answers. It's like do what you want to do at the present moment.
That goes two ways, right? It can either be really good and give you good results, or it can be really bad wherein you have misplaced priorities and stuff. So it didn't work out. It didn't always work out. I did have loads of issues and loads of troubles as well. But most of the times it did. Luckily, it did work out for me. So yeah, the days it doesn't work out, it was pretty toxic, but then I learned and I tried to optimize those things as well. So yeah, still struggle with it, but I've gotten much better at it over the years, right?
Okay.
So my next question was, what are your hobbies? Means what did you do in your free time? Like,
Sure. So yeah, so hobbies, right? I in my free time I'm mostly either reading books, listening to music, or watching YouTube. And sometimes I do go for bird watching as well. That's one more thing I really enjoy. So yeah, those are mostly things that I do. In the future, I do plan to develop a few more hobbies that can be taken lifetime. So yeah, that's about it. Not such a great answer, but yeah, that's me.
you shows what you are, means
Yeah.
reality. So my next question was, what would you recommend an FE to go about their coding journey? Means how would they start and how do they manage the all that?
Sure. So good question. And this is not just for an FE, for anyone who wants to get into coding, this would be what I would say. That this is just my personal opinion. This is not the best way to go about it. And I think this is what I feel is the best way, right? So just prefacing that for anyone. Everyone has a different opinion, by the way, and this is just me giving my opinion. You're free to ignore it. So yeah, I would recommend starting with a simple language like maybe something like C or C, something like C, and just exploring that and something. Or you can also start with Java. To be honest, it's a little more verbose, but it's pretty understandable. It's a pretty nice language. So I would suggest not going to Python initially because it makes things very easy, right? And you don't want things to be extremely easy at the start, right? Later on, definitely you can shift to Python if you wish to after some experience, but I would definitely recommend struggling a little with C and Java so that you understand those core principles first and then go to something like Python, which is everything done for you and makes programming very easy for you, right? So that would be how you would start programming at least. Then you can, to practice whatever you've learned, you can go to platforms like HackerRank, LeetCode, CodeForces. There are so many more, AtCoder, and yeah, so many more. So you can go to these platforms, try to solve questions, try to apply whatever you know, or learn through those questions, right? So that would be how you would practice your programming stuff, right? Some people also here get into proper CP, which is competitive programming, wherein they make a habit of solving these questions regularly, right? It helps with building your mental capacity and logical problem solving skills, right? So that's nice for you to do that. That's one place where I lack. I need to do more of competitive programming to sharpen my logical thinking and programming skills, right? I do have skills, but I need to sharpen them further, right? So I definitely need to do more competitive programming. And the other thing that I would say would be so competitive programming or doing this coding stuff, practicing this coding stuff is one part of it. The other part of it that I would encourage you to do as well would be to find a field which you enjoy and build projects in that, right? To basically explore that field and see if you're enjoying that, right? So examples of fields are web development, app development. Then you have AI stuff if you're interested. Then yeah, loads of things. Game development you can do, right? So there are loads of things that you can do. You can go into cybersecurity as well. That's a pretty nice field as well. There's networking. There's loads of things that you can get into, right? So I would suggest getting into those things, building a few projects, exploring that field, and after building a few projects, see if you're really enjoying that. Then continue that. If you're not really enjoying, you can switch over to another sort of field, right? So yeah, the way to see if you're enjoying something would be to do a short course on it, short crash course on it. So by crash course, I don't mean any Udemy video or something like that, just a 1.5 hour video on YouTube, right? So I would definitely not recommend anyone taking any free or paid courses from Udemy, Coursera, EDX, or any other platform. I would suggest taking to YouTube, and that too just to 1.5 hour videos at max to learn something, right? Get through the basics of things, and then you can start building a project. And once you're building that project, you'll encounter things that you don't know or weren't taught in that crash course, and then you try to go and look that up, right? And that continues in a cycle till you're done with your idea. How do you get an idea? Initially, you obviously start with crappy ideas, right? That's how everyone starts. right? And then once you build enough projects, you start getting good ideas. You start understanding what's good or bad. So don't worry about getting good ideas or projects. Just build anything, right? And it doesn't matter. Nobody cares what you're building anyways, right? So you're doing this only for yourself. So yeah, how would you? So for this development thing that I'm talking about, any skill, be it web, app, game, anything, whatever you're doing, do a short crash course, start building a project, do a crash course on YouTube, by the way, not anywhere else, because YouTube is free and it has great quality videos. Then start building a project. Any idea is fine, literally any idea. And then whatever you weren't taught in the crash course, but you want to build, you go and learn that and come back and implement it in your project, right? And that's how you build a few projects. And then you see whether you're enjoying that field, not enjoying that field. If you don't enjoy it, you can switch to somewhere else. And if you enjoy it, then do that. Right, that would be how I would recommend people go to things. It's very important note here that don't buy courses, free or paid ones, from Coursera, Udemy, or any of these sites. There is loads of amazing quality stuff available on YouTube, and even on YouTube, I would recommend watching just 1.5 hour videos, not huge long playlists and stuff. Okay, so yeah, that's completely on you. So have fun, try to balance CP, this coding stuff, and your skill stuff together, right? That will create a very rounded programmer, right? So yeah, that would be what I would say for this. Quite a lengthy answer, I'm sorry.
So I would conclude it in. So you are just telling like first take actions. The first step is to take actions, and with time it will go better and better.
Oh, most definitely. That's valid for anything. So
You are
yeah,
telling
do
that
your C stuff, start programming with something like C or Java, learn the basics, and then you can move on to either move on to doing two things. One is keeping on practicing those programming skills, and the other one is your dev stuff, be it web, mobile app, or something like AI, or anything else, right? Cybersecurity, cloud, loads of things. So yeah.
my next question is, what are your views on Web3 like metaverse and virtual reality, augmented reality? What are your views on it?
Oof, Web3, right? So technology, at least from whatever I've experienced or whatever I've heard from different places, so this is just my perspective, right? It's not the most informed one, but whatever I have, conversations that I've had with loads of people and whatever I have seen, the technology is very exciting. It's always fun to talk about the technical details of things and how things are working, right? That's always fun to talk about. But the way it has been the hype around it that has been created by people, right? And stuff like NFTs, which I have not seen any practical use case other than just bragging rights, right? That's not a practical use case as well, right? It's just like bragging, oh, I own something. I don't know what that is, but yeah, it just doesn't seem that worthy right now, right? Because right now it's not going to be mainstream for quite some time, right? And it might never be, but at least for now, it's not going to be for a few years, for the foreseeable future, I guess. But yeah, don't see the why it's so hyped. It's just way too hyped right now, and people are still not. A lot of businesses are still not on the cloud itself, right? Even the pandemic forced a lot of businesses to go online, but still a lot of them are offline, right? So if cloud itself has not been adopted till now, then how are we thinking that something like Web3 would get adopted and become mainstream, whatever, right? And Web3 has so many issues, right? People just think of, oh no, there is lots of free speech and all that, but there's so many problems there as well. How would you prevent things like child pornography or henchmen or people from running these illegal business? How do you prevent all of those, right? So you do need some kind of regulation, right? So there are loads of issues to be solved, in my opinion, and a lot of things right now feel like Ponzi schemes. So there's loads of scams there as well. So I'm not really keen on that. The technology is very interesting. It's always fun to talk about it, but in terms of job or stuff like that, I'm not really interested. Would not recommend people go there. But again, those who are there, nothing against you. Have fun. If you're going into Web3, please take an informed decision, and it's up to you. No judgmental things there. If you're into Web3 stuff for the right things, but yeah, just beware, right? And these are obviously my personal opinions, and yeah, if you're offended, I'm so sorry. So yeah, that's just me. If you feel anything is wrong, please let me know. I would love to learn more. So yeah.
So, like, do you think like there should be some regulations on cryptocurrencies? Like, it is not regulated according to
So
the
I
government of
would
India
not
or
speak
other
on that.
government.
I would not speak on that. I don't have enough knowledge to or enough opinions on that to tell you whether cryptocurrency should be taxed or regulated or whatever, right? Whatever comes up, there has to be some kind of regulation or some kind of centralization maybe, but let's see what turns up. But I would definitely not comment more than that, because I myself don't know much more than that, right? So yeah.
So, who are your favorite YouTubers? Is my next question.
Sure. So I'll give you two types here. One would be the tech people whom I watch, and one would be the leisure YouTubers whom I watch, right, for entertainment and fun, right. So I watch a lot of YouTube for two reasons: of the tech and fun, right. So for let's start with the tech things, because it's a tech podcast, right. So what I tech YouTubers I enjoy would be the one I enjoy the most is Hussein Nasser, right? And I think Mitesh would add links or something to those channels. Hussein Nasser is someone I really enjoy. He talks about networking and low-level programming and database and that kind of stuff. So that is extremely interesting, really interesting videos. I've learned a lot from Hussein, right? The another one I enjoy is Traversy Media. Most of the crash courses that I've done from Traversy Media. Then another one I really enjoy is Web Dev Simplified. It's by Kyle Cook. So Kyle is really good with concepts, and he's always posting really great videos where which help you learn things that you did not know, and or whatever you have been doing, you can do it in a more efficient way. He gives you various ways to do those things, right? So that's another channel, Web Dev Simplified, that I follow. Then the last one would be Dev Ed. He's also really good with his stuff, and he's quite funny as well. So yeah, I think let me think. Am I missing someone? I don't think so. No one's coming to mind, but I'm sorry if I missed anyone. Then when it comes to leisures on the fun side of things, or for fun, leisure, anything, I mainly watch Gab Smolders, then PewDiePie, then sometimes Jacksepticeye, and Laid Back Luke is someone I really enjoy watching. He's a really great, humble guy. What else? Yeah, those are mainly the people I watch. So yeah.
So, my next question is quite private, but I would ask otherwise. Which social media app you use most often, and you like the most among the apps in the market?
Sure. So I like Twitter the most. I use Twitter the most, right? Why? Because the tech community on Twitter is absolutely amazing, right? There are so many people sharing so many different things on Twitter. So if you're into tech, please join Twitter. It is an excellent place to network with people, to learn from people, to see what people are doing, to post your own progress, to post stuff about yourself, and so I've got to meet so many people because of Twitter. I've got to learn so much from so many people, right? People are so accessible. You can just tweet out to them, hey, I have this question, could you answer this? And they answer, right? So so someone living in US and you are in India, right? And people can just answer you. So it makes things so much better. And most tech people are on Twitter, so it makes it easier to find them, right? And messaging someone on Instagram is a little weird, so because it's go through DMs and all that kind of stuff. But Twitter makes it much more accessible, and it's just a place where tech people have a lot of fun. So please join Twitter. Please join Twitter. That would be what I would say.
Are the Twitter means the next person on the Twitter, is it very helpful nature, or they will
Oh,
just
definitely. You just tweet at them, you ask them a question, and they are most happy to answer. Most of the times, that's the case. And I have almost never come across a person I don't think I've ever come across a person who's be like, I've asked a question and they're like, they either ignore it or they have no answer. Most of the times I've gotten an answer and I've learned so much from other people, right? You can just, if someone else has asked a question, you can go through all the replies to that and you can go through whatever is being said over there. So you get to learn new things. Maybe you did not even know that you have had that question. I did not know that, right? So it's such a great process of discovering new things and learning new things. So great place. So yeah, please join Twitter. I feel like a Twitter devrel right now.
No, it's good you are using Twitter, right? So my last question is, what message would you like to give to our viewers who want to become like you, like Harsh Kapadia?
So yeah, don't be like me. That would be what I say. What I would say. Um, just like do you. I know it's cliched, but that's seriously what I would want you to do. Have your own principles, right? I would suggest doing things for genuine reasons and not having specious reasons to do things. So yeah, I mean, you don't take me as the pinnacle. I have loads of problems of my own, right? I just because I'm good with a few things doesn't mean I'm someone who you should totally emulate, right? So yeah, just try to build your own sort of thing and do your own thing. Work hard. Try to enjoy what you're doing, right? So yeah, and if you enjoy what you're doing, you will get there. You'll get wherever you want. Just enjoy what you're doing. That would be what I would say. Yeah, remember to be a good person as well.
So it is very nice meeting to you on this talk, and it is a great talk, I would say. It's not such as a theoretical podcast or tech podcast. It's like more type of connecting with the viewers and
Yeah.
understanding their feelings. And the most important point,
Mhm.
I understand from you, like just go on, just go on, be like be more consistent and obedient to your work. What you are doing,
Yeah, agreed.
what you are doing, be just obedient. The at times, at such times, means at some point you will you will be
Give
the
the
best at
benefits of
it.
it. Yeah. So point is you just trust the process and try to have a good mindset. And whenever things are not going well or whatever, just trust that process. Just do your thing. You will get the benefits, right? So don't do things for the benefit of that. Do it because you enjoy it, or do it because you didn't like it, and you will get all the other things as a byproduct of what you're doing, right? That is what has genuinely happened with me, and I would definitely suggest people do that as well. Because as I said at the start of this talk, that most things have just happened to me, right? So yeah, just enjoy what you're doing and they'll happen to you. So yeah, thank you so much for having me, Mitish, and this was lots of fun. Sure, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Harsh, for being on the Noobcast.
Thank you
It
for
is a
having me.
great fortune for us. Please share and subscribe our channel and comment down below your opinions and thoughts about what should be the ideas and thoughts you have gained from this podcast. And for the future updates, stay tuned on the social media handles. Thank you. Have a great day.